都係可以有呢個獨立運營嘅彈性。Next slide please。咁繼續咧就係講到話持續嘅使用同埋咁而家就講到呢個立波 hall 嘅呢個重新建造啦。咁而家咧佢哋係一個宿舍，好似一個單間咁嘅結構啦。咁有呢個單人間啦，同埋一啲公共嘅沖涼房或者叫廁所或者一個公共嘅廚房。咁呢個重新嘅改造之後咧，就會建立一個獨立嘅住房單位啦。咁個單位入邊咧係有呢個私人嘅浴室、沖涼房，同埋咧係有一啲叫做可居住嘅呢個空間嘅。咁新嘅呢個公共房啊，仲有亦都係會有呢個活動中心、圖書館啦，同埋一個咧以學習為主嘅一個可以用於學習嘅廚房。咁一共咧係有20個新嘅單位，16個咧係套房，4個係單間。現存嘅呢個係唔會有任何唔會對現存嘅呢個建築咧進行任何嘅加建嘅。咁主要嘅服務，我哋嘅服務對象咧係希望可以收容咧單親媽媽同埋佢哋嘅小朋友。大家可以睇下咧呢個結構圖。
接下來是用普通話向您介紹剛才申請人所做的項目介紹。那麼這個項目的話，主要是達到持續性的使用和維護，繼續保持以下方面的土地使用和運營，主要是達到過渡性和支持性的住房、心理健康服務、社區和環繞式服務、早期教育。這些計劃不是無家可歸者的收容所，而是針對具體的人口統計和轉介。主要的計劃包括早期教育服中心，為兒童和家庭提供早期教育 ；Stand House 為最多9名母親提供6個月的臨時住房，最多可容納每人2名兒童。希望之家為就讀大學的女學生18到28歲提供14個床位。對於遭受住房不安全或家庭虐待的人士，基於社區的心理健康，為以下人群提供負擔得起的門診服務。兒童是指25歲以下及其家人。由於計劃和服務依賴於資金，我們的要求是任何一種或多種用途，在任何給定的時間下進行操作，且具有靈活性。Next page。接下來是說到了拉布爾大廳的改造。拉布爾號目前建為宿舍式的結構，有單人間、普通間浴室和公用廚房。改造將創造獨立的生活單位，設有私人浴室和起居室。新的公共休息室和活動中心、圖書館和學習廚房等共20個新單元，其中16個套房和4個單人間，不擴大現有的建築面積，截止在為單身女性和其他的女士提供住房。
項目方針對整個的項目呢，美化得很漂亮的，對。最主要現在就是代表我們羅斯密居民發言的幾個律師，他們針對於市政府的計劃裡面，300頁的計劃裡面，他們找出來了一些類目，大家可以好好等一下聽，鄧紅律師啊、劉龍居律師的講解跟揭露這個類目，因為我們只是一般的居民，所以我們找不到，我們一起來聽一聽。不管大家聽了以後是贊成還是反抗，都好好的聽一聽。現在還是在用中文跟墨西哥語來講解這個整個項目，前面已經講解過了。
Servicios ambulatorios asequibles para niños hasta 25 años y sus familias. Debido a que los programas y servicios dependen de la financiación, solicitamos flexibilidad para que uno o más de los usos funcionen en un momento determinado. Second slide. Remodelación de Labor Hall. Labor Hall está construida actualmente como una estructura similar a un dormitorio, habitaciones individuales, baños comunes y cocina común. La
你看，这
remodelación
有
creará
观众留言
unidades de
说，
vivienda
你看这
independientes
项目
con
方
baños
讲的都是
privados
谎
y
言，
áreas de estadía.
美
Nuevas
化了
salas
以后呢，
comunes,
还是
centros
给
de
流浪汉
actividades,
住。
biblioteca y cocinas de aprendizaje. Un total de 20 unidades nuevas, 16 suites y 4 individuales. No se ampliará la superficie existente. Esto está destinada a albergar a madres solteras y sus hijos.
Đây là thông điệp với quý ông thứ hai, đây là những lời phát biểu của ông. Xin chào Hội đồng thành phố, tôi rất biết ơn có cơ hội để trình bày về hoạt động và những biện pháp an toàn tại
所以罗斯密是一个多元化的族群生活的城市，洛杉矶也是，美国也是，也是欢迎很多新的移民，各个国家的移民。但是大家一定要保护好自己家园的社区的安全嘛。政府可以做政府的事情，不要把社区弄得这么乱。
Và một người từng ở đó nói rằng tại sao họ lại biết chúng tôi đến vậy. Rõ ràng là có rất nhiều thông tin sai lệch đã được chia sẻ, đặc biệt qua video trên YouTube và những bài đăng trên mạng xã hội.
这个大家有填表，我看看。
Nhưng trong cái đơn xin của tôi nói rất rõ ràng chúng tôi không điều hành một nhà.
你是填的表吗，大姐？你是大姐？你是填的表吗？填了。哦，几页？哦，谢谢。对，这个大姐也有。来，3页。对。不断的有人填表。
cái chương trình sức khỏe tinh thần cộng đồng mà chúng tôi đã hoạt động qua nhiều thập niên ở Ross Smith. Vào tháng 6 năm 2020, Marybel đã đưa ra quyết định đóng cửa chương trình điều trị những người ở trong chúng tôi là người sắp xếp chúng tôi sắp xếp.
不是，最主要就是要听一下我们华人的代表是怎么样来查出来。 就是跟项目方不一样的东西，项目方现在说，只是不是 shelter， 不会建400户游民户，那为什么我们华人的这些代表啊，可以从市政府的网站上面可以找出来很多，这些以后要扩建游民户的这些内容啊，所以他觉得后面有很多的内幕了，所以应该是。 代表可以帮我们找出来了，所以我们现在最主要想听听，对呀，建筑商他当然做任何项目的时候都是就会像这个 project 是讲的是很漂亮的，对，但最里面有什么样的内幕啊？我们呢也不知道，我们听一下罗斯密的居民。 这个邓红律师啊，他们在这边有生意啊，代表了整个罗斯密这边的来发言，群众来发言，他们讲的应该就是比我们深深的理解的更多啊。对。
Và mỗi bà mẹ phải cam kết tham gia toàn bộ vào chương trình. Mỗi bà mẹ tham gia vào chương trình chúng tôi phải đồng ý, họ phải sẵn sàng bất cứ lúc nào tham gia hoàn toàn vào chương trình, trong đó bao gồm tuân theo những nguyên tắc, họp thường xuyên với người quản lý hồ sơ của họ, nỗ lực để đạt được mục tiêu cá nhân của họ và tham gia vào những cuộc họp ở tại nhà và những lớp học và những thành phần khác của chương trình. Trong 2 năm đầu tiên, chúng tôi đã rất thành công với 71% người ở đó đã chuyển sang nhà ở cố định, ổn định và chúng tôi cũng thấy 70% người tham gia theo đuổi mục tiêu giáo dục sau khi tham gia chương trình của chúng tôi và cuối cùng 55% những người mà học xong chương trình chúng tôi cũng có việc làm sau khi họ rời chương trình. Những phụ nữ trẻ được tham gia chương trình chúng tôi đã hiện giờ đã thực hiện những bước để cải thiện cuộc sống của mình và cuộc sống của con cái của họ. Chương trình chúng tôi chỉ giúp đỡ họ cung cấp sự an toàn và an ninh để họ tập trung vào việc đạt được mục tiêu của mình. Cùng một lúc chúng tôi cũng rất ưu tiên sự an toàn của nhân viên của chúng tôi cũng như sự lành mạnh của những người mà chúng tôi phục vụ, kể cả ban nhân viên. Quý vị có thể tưởng tượng được chúng tôi hiện giờ có sức chứa cho 120 trẻ em từ mới trẻ sơ sinh cho tới 5 tuổi trong chương trình giáo dục ấu nhi cũng như
今天晚上都过来了。
trẻ em trong chương trình nhà ở và chúng tôi rất là cẩn thận về chương trình chúng tôi về dịch vụ cung cấp đó. Và thật ra cái cơ sở ở chùa thì hiện tại cũng có một chương trình giáo dục ấu nhi thứ hai cho tối đa 176 trẻ em cũng như chương trình sức khỏe tinh thần cộng đồng. Kể từ năm 2011 chúng tôi không có vấn đề về an toàn nào hết hoặc mối quan tâm nào hết trong hai chương trình đó. Quý vị cũng đã nghe rằng là trong những cơ của mình chúng tôi không có những sự cố nghiêm trọng nào hết trong 2 năm qua. Khi chúng tôi mở house, những bà mẹ tham gia chương trình chúng tôi hiểu rằng họ cần phải tuân thủ những quy tắc đó, bao gồm là không dùng ma túy, không uống rượu bia, không có vũ khí, không hút thuốc, không vay tiền và không cho phép có người tới thăm và không ai có thể vào tòa nhà của tôi mà không có sự dẫn dắt của một nhân viên. Những người ở trong chương trình của chúng tôi phải quay trở lại trễ nhất là 10 giờ tối thứ hai cho tới thứ năm và thứ bảy, thứ sáu và chủ nhật trễ nhất là 12 giờ khuya. Bất cứ lúc nào một người tham gia chương trình quay trở lại, họ cần phải nhân viên chúng tôi sẽ kiểm tra túi xách tay của họ, túi đựng tả lót, ba lô hay là xe để trẻ em, những cái túi đeo ngang hông, túi đi chợ, bình nước, những bình nước đã mở rồi hoặc là chưa mở, có nước, có chất lỏng. Ngoài ra nhân viên cũng có tùy thời cũng kiểm tra phòng của họ. Cho nên tôi đã nói với quý vị rằng chúng tôi tiếp tục đánh giá nhu cầu an ninh và an toàn và điều chỉnh khi cần thiết. Và chúng tôi rất may mắn để được quý vị hỗ trợ tối nay cho cái hội của chúng tôi, và chúng tôi tất nhiên là chuẩn bị tăng cường an ninh tại khuôn viên của chúng tôi một khi mà chúng tôi đã tu bổ tòa nhà ở bên trong và bắt đầu không nên những bà mẹ mới vào。
这解释得很清楚了，这主要是根据项目方的整个的简介，它的说明书来讲解、来翻译的。
tổng cộng 29 phòng ở tạm thời kết hợp với 14 cư dân hiện giờ trong từ cái chương trình hot housing. Đây là hơn 40% người ở Maryville theo cái kích thước của Maryville từ cái chương trình điều trị trước đây của chúng tôi.
还没有，现在项目方还是重新的介绍这个项目。本来是轮到我们华人社区这边的代表发言的。你看这些警察还在遵守职责。马上9点钟了，很多雾气开始下来，很多的民众还是坚守在这里。你看这么多警车，一台、2台、3台、4台、5台，这个路口你看，6台，这是图书馆，这边是7台， 这个公听会门口，哦，这边吧台，立吧台，哦，这边还有好多警车呢，9台、10台、11台，哦，11台、12台，你看看，这边也有很多。你看那边有1、2、3、4、5，还有市政府的，市政府的保安，你看，那边还有，有16、17台，16、17台警车，对，对，
外面可能还有，
对，路边上应该还有，对，我们等一位就是居民代表发完言，我们就停掉啊。
没事，没事。没事，反正我们等至少要整个结果出来，对吧？也不急这一步。
很多人第2天要上班，家里有小孩，对，都回去了。会场内还是很多人的，好，我们过去看看，他们把项目介绍完了没有？整个社区你看看，那么多车，整个这边呢都是充电桩，在这边。我们 LA County 的 Sheriff。应该是我们的保护神。现在是广东话解释。
我哋一個全面嘅面試嘅過程啦，嚟確定咧呢個被轉介入嚟嘅人咧係咪適合咧係入嚟我哋呢度居住嘅，並評估咧每位媽媽咧係咪可以喺全程參與到呢個項目當中嘅，佢哋可以做到乜嘢，或者佢哋可以承擔到啲乜嘢。咁進入呢個項目嘅媽咪咧，佢哋必須同意咧並準備係充分好參與咧。遵守呢個規矩嘅，包括咧就係遵守各項呢個規定啦、定期啦，同埋佢哋嘅呢個個案嘅經理會面啦、制定個人目標啦、參與家庭會議同埋課程，並且咧參與其他項目嘅其他部分。喺前2年入面咧，我哋睇到咧我哋呢個項目咧係取得巨大嘅成功，11%嘅我哋喺我哋呢度居住嘅人咧，佢哋可以成功過渡到一個有穩定嘅住房啦。此外，70%嘅我哋住戶咧喺入住後咧，佢好會追求咧呢個接受更進一步嘅教育啦，然後最終咧55%嘅呢個人咧喺項目中之後咧係實現咗佢哋咧繼續讀書啊、接受教育嘅目標。所以我哋嘅離開咗我哋項目之後咧，嗰啲人咧都可以揾到呢個工作，而且咧好多呢啲女性咧已經係邁出咗為佢自己同埋佢小朋友咧改善生活嘅第一步。我哋嘅項目咧，只不過係為佢哋提供呢個支持、安全同保障，可以幫助佢哋專注實現自己嘅目標。同埋同時咧，我哋非常之重視咧我哋呢個設施住所嘅安全咧，然後同埋我哋服務對象嘅員工嘅福利嘅。正如咧，你可以大家都諗得到嘅就話，隨住我哋呢個組教項目嘅
去那邊坐一下嘛。因為我們最主要就是說，讓我們的居民代表把他們的聲音發出來以後呢，我們可以讓更多的我們聖蓋博谷的居民都可以聽一聽這個項目到底像項目方說的這樣， 还是说有地有内情啊？
2011年以嚟呢，兩個項目咧係位於同一棟樓，我哋係冇出現過任何嘅安全問題咧或者隱患嘅。你哋大家可能已經聽到過啦，呢個 Student House 嘅項目啟動2年內咧，呢個周邊係冇發生過任何重大嘅安全事件。進入呢個項目當中嘅媽媽咧係必須遵守規定，其中包括唔可以吸毒啦，或者飲醉或者
辛苦啦，辛苦啦，對，辛苦啦。我們來做，站累了嗎？站累了沒有？
當項目嘅人咧，而且必須要喺周1到周4係有一個宵禁嘅，即係晚上10點係必須要返回呢個大樓當中。並且咧，周5、周6、周日咧，亦都係要喺凌晨12點之前咧返到嚟嘅。所以無論幾時佢哋返到入嚟咧，工作人員咧都會隨身檢查佢哋嘅物品啦，包括咧就係呢個銀包啊或者尿布袋啊等等等等。而且咧，工作人員咧仲會隨時咧檢查房間嘅，所以我可以向你保證，我哋會持續咧評估呢個安全需求，並喺必要時作出呢個調整。如果今晚可以得到大家嘅支持，咁我哋當我哋完成呢個建築翻新並開始迎接更加多呢個媽媽同埋佢哋嘅小朋友入住呢個大樓嘅時候咧，我哋亦都會咧準備咧喺大樓附近咧增加呢個額外嘅安全措施。再次同大家講，我哋唔係話申請要建立一個容納400人嘅無家可歸者收容所，相反，你大家要記住嘅，一旦呢個項目完成之後咧，將會有29個臨時嘅單元，再加上咧本身喺full housing嘅最多14名嘅居民，其實咧呢個係我哋之前咧而家嘅呢個項目咧係減少咗容量係減少40%嘅，所以從根本上嚟講咧係遠遠低於以往嘅。我哋聽到一啲居民咧，佢哋反映嘅呢個擔心啦，我哋已經盡一切嘅努力咧同你哋溝通㗎啦，包括安排參觀啊，同埋有3次嘅開放日活動。我哋之前咧都睇到一張相咧，係話一個社區嘅女性，但佢哋並唔係咧喺我哋嗰個大樓邊住過嘅人嚟嘅，所以咧我哋都係希望由始至終咧可以保持咧呢個透明度同埋呢個公眾嘅支持度。我哋對所有支持我哋項目嘅人咧非常之感激啦，尤其咧係各位對呢個 Student House 嘅支持啦，包括咧係呢個國會嘅女議員啦 Judy Chu 爭取到呢100萬美元嘅呢個翻新嘅資金，同埋包括咧呢個監事 Solis 女士嘅支持。喺我哋嘅行政大樓嘅大廳入邊咧，係有一段咧嚟自嘅 submission 嘅 call 嘅名言，佢話大家要先要有愛心，先至可以做先至會有工作嘅。所以今晚如果可以得到你哋嘅呢個祝福，我哋會繼續咧響應咧呢個號召，為我哋可以服務嘅人咧繼續咧提供改變服務、改變生活嘅服務。感謝咧大家聽我講咁多嘢，我願意好樂意回答大家任何嘅問題。
Again, the translators translate. We ask the audience to please hold their side conversations. If they need to speak, they can go into the hallway to speak. But we want to be respectful of everybody, make sure that everyone can hear the translations. If we can have the translators translate that, please. I do talk really fast. What I said was, please ask any sidebar conversations to happen outside. We want to be respectful and make sure that everyone can hear the translations inside.
Nếu quý vị có thành viên thì xin mời ra ngồi nói chuyện, bởi vì chúng tôi muốn tôn trọng tất cả mọi người có cơ hội lắng nghe những người viên thông dịch cho mọi người. Cảm ơn quý vị.
請大家保持肅靜啊，因為頭先大家聽到人有竊竊私語，如果係有任何想講嘢或者交談嘅話，請喺會場外邊。
现在是普通话公告请大家不要进行私下交谈。
这是讲在。
如果您需要说话的话，请您到走廊外面，请尊重每一个人聆听翻译的讲话，谢谢。
Queremos pedir al público que por favor sean respetuosos en que los intérpretes están interpretando los puntos de vista. Si tienen alguna conversación que necesitan tener, podrían por favor salir al vestíbulo y tenerla allá afuera. Gracias.
下面用普通话向您翻译刚才申请人就本项目的发言。尊敬的市议员会成员，晚上好。我们非常感谢有机会向大家介绍我们校园和项目的运作和安全措施，同时回应提出的
他们讲了很多遍了。
首先，我想要说的是，我对上次会议中的抗议活动感到非常的难过。看到所有的愤怒和喊叫对那些年轻妇女的影响，尤其是让人心痛。他们在会上分享了自己的故事，正如我们的一位前居民所说的一样，他们为什么这么恨我们？很明显，许多错误的信息通过油管、视频和其他社交媒体而被传播。我要明确地说明，正如我们申请表中所清楚地表述的那样，我们并没有经营一个无家可归的收容所，我们并没有申请建立一个可容纳400人的无家可归的收容所。在我们的使命声明中，我们谈到的是以此提升一个人、一个家庭、一个社区，这是我们工作的核心，贯穿于我们的住房项目、早期儿童教育项目以及社区心理健康项目中。这些项目已经在罗斯密运作了数十年。2020年6月 ，Maryville 决定关闭其居民治疗项目，该项目可容纳72名年轻人，转而专注于临时住房。我们在2年前开始了 Starting House 项目，目前该项目容纳9名母亲及其最多2名10岁以下的孩子，这也是我们社区内急需的回应。根据这一计划，我们将直接增加20个单元，容纳20位母亲及其孩子。通过这个项目，我们有独特的机会为这些年轻的母亲和他们的孩子提供综合服务，包括住房、早期儿童教育及其心理健康服务。正如我们之前所说的一样，理解这一点十分重要。我们不是在经营或极力经营无家可归的收容所。Starting House 临时住房的项目，这是帮助而不是施舍。每个家庭都是通过相关的机构推荐进入的。我们有一个全面的面试过程，来确定推荐者是否适合进入我们的项目，并评估每一位母亲在全程参与项目中的承诺程度。进入项目的母亲必须同意并准备好充分参与该项目，包括遵守规定、定期与个案经理会面、制定个人项目、参与家庭会议和课程，并积极参与项目的其他部分。在前2年中，我们看到了项目取得了巨大成绩，71%的居民成功的过渡到稳定性住房。此外，70%的参与者在住房后追求教育目标，最后55%的参与者在项目中实现了教育目标。我们的毕业生在离开项目时都找到了工作，那些被录取到我们项目中的年轻女性已经迈出了改善自己和孩子生活的第一步。我们的项目只是为了他们提供支持、安全和保障，帮助他们专注于实现自己的目标。同时，我们非常重视
这个文案写得很好，
以及我们对我们服务对象和员工的福祉。正如你们可以想象的，随着我们早期教育项目的120名儿童以及住房项目中的年轻儿童一起生活在校园里，我们对校园的项目和服务都非常谨慎。事实上，我们在德瓦吉的设施还容纳了一个有176名儿童的第2个早期教育项目，以及我们社区心理健康项目。自2011年以来，2个项目位于同一幢楼，我们没有出现过任何安全问题或隐患。你们已经听说 Starting House 项目启动2年来，校园内或周边没有发生任何重大事件。进入该项目的母亲必须遵守规定，其中包括不允许
有很多在会场的人等得太久了，有的开始离开了。
现场访客进入，没有工作人员允许任何人不得进入项目建筑。项目的居民必须在周1至周4的晚上10点之前返回住所，并且周5、周6和周日午夜之前也必须回到住所。无论居民在任何时候返回，工作人员都会检查他们随身的包，包括钱包、尿布、背包、婴儿车、腰包、购物袋、 水平、打开的容器和未封口的液体。
现在就是4个代表罗斯密民众发言的一直没得到发言。你看他又在随便解释这个项目，解释得很漂亮，然后一直多方面的翻译，搞得现在很多人离开了。
我们将准备在校园中增加额外的安全措施。再次强调，我们并没有申请一个人拿400人的无家可归的收容所。相反，重要的是，请记住，
最主要就是说，
项目完成后。
罗斯密的民众，他们知道这个项目里面到底是有什么，到底是不是项目方讲的这个内容。
治疗项目减少了40%。从本质上说，
是市政府有很多页的，他们说100多页吧，从里面要找出来很多，就是说比较难发现的地方，所以律师最重要咯，他们看到了。等一下我们就等律师看看，给我们解释一下这个项目是不是这样。
它不是来自于我们校园的。我提到了这一事件，是因为我们希望始终保持透明。我们对所有支持我们项目的人心怀感激，尤其是对 Second House 项目的支持。这包括由于国会议员朱莉赵美心争取到的100万美元的修建资金的费用，以及索斯福主管的支持。在我们行政大厅里面，我们有一段来自圣文森德保罗的名言：先有爱心，再有工作。今晚有了您的祝福，我们将继续响应他的号召，为我们有幸服务的人提供改变生活的服务。感谢你们的这段时间，我们乐意聆听并且回答你们的任何问题。谢谢。
那边人走的差不多。
没有，都在会堂里面。他们在会堂里面。哎呀，他还用这个翻译词。
Así como de abordar algunas de las inquietudes que se han planteado. Primero, permítame decir que me entristecieron profundamente las protestas en la última reunión. Fue especialmente difícil ver el efecto que toda la ira y los gritos fluyeron en las mujeres jóvenes de nuestros programas que estuvieron presentes para compartir sus historias.
现在他就是说要把这项目呢全部都分4种语言解释清楚。
como lo demuestran los videos de YouTube y otras publicaciones en las redes sociales. Quiero dejar en claro como indica claramente nuestra solicitud, no estamos operando un refugio para personas sin hogar y no estamos pidiendo abrir un refugio para personas sin hogar con 400 camas. En nuestra declaración de misión hablamos de ayudar a una persona, una familia, una comunidad a la vez. Este es el corazón de nuestro trabajo y es fundamental para nuestro programa de educación infantil y salud mental comunitaria que hemos estado operando durante décadas aquí en Rosario. En junio de 2020, Maribel tomó la decisión de cerrar nuestro programa de tratamiento residencial, que tenía licencia para 72 jóvenes, para luego enfocarse en viviendas temporales. El programa Second House, que iniciamos hace 2 años, actualmente alberga a 9 madres con hasta 2 niños menores de 10 años y fue una respuesta directa a una necesidad que vino
他现在是每一种语言讲一遍，然后又要休会了。
El plan que tienen ante ustedes simplemente agregaría capacidad para 20 mamás con sus hijos. Con este programa tenemos la oportunidad única de brindar servicios integrados, vivienda, educación infantil y servicios de salud mental a las madres jóvenes y sus hijos en el programa. Como ya mencioné, es vital entender que no estamos operando ni nos proponemos operar un refugio para personas sin hogar. Second House es un programa de vivienda temporal. Es una ayuda, no una limosna. Cada familia llega a nosotros a través de agencias de referencia. Contamos con un proceso de entrevistas exhaustivo para determinar la idoneidad de cada derivación a nuestro programa y el nivel de compromiso de cada madre con la participación plena en el programa. Una madre que ingresa al programa debe aceptar y estar lista para participar plenamente en el programa.
他们这个组织在迪瓦提亚，你看警察，十几台，至少18台。我们到会场外面来看一下。我怕今天灯光不够，我带了那个灯，这个广场灯还可以。
这个灯，广场灯可以。谁都可以签名安慰
可以，对。大部分都是罗斯密的居民。你看这警车，警车很威武。对，听证会在那边，但是今天因为这边可以坐很多人，这边可以坐很多人了，所以你看，对，还在这边，你看，可以进吗？对，我们去看看现场，对。看一个 inside， 应该里面还有很多位置。对，这是社区。我这边有一些民众在这里。很多都回去了。对。往哪里拍？这边。我们现在到会议现场，人还是挺多。你看。
Que evaluamos continuamente nuestras necesidades de seguridad y protección y los ajustamos según sea necesario.
里面的民众，你看，他现在还在翻译。对啊，他讲。我们可以到这边坐一下。
Recibimos una foto de un vecino preocupado sobre una mujer que estaba en la comunidad.
这边人都走的差不多了。
Menciono esto porque queremos ser siempre buenos vecinos y siempre estar disponibles para escuchar sus inquietudes y, sin duda, ocuparnos de cualquier problema relacionado con nuestro campus o nuestros programas que puedan surgir. Estamos agradecidos por todo el apoyo que hemos recibido para nuestros programas, especialmente el programa de Second House, Esto incluye $1 millón en fondos para las renovaciones obtenidas por la congresista Julie Chu y el apoyo del supervisor Solís. En el vestíbulo de nuestro edificio administrativo tenemos una frase de San Vicente de Paul: primero el corazón, luego el trabajo. Con su bendición esta
看
noche
今天市政府专门提出来这个开会期间的规矩。
Thank you, translators. So we're about to open up the public comment portion of the public hearing. There was a suggestion by Councilmember Armenta, so I'm going to amend without objection. So if there's objection, let me know, colleagues. But here's the order that we're going to do this.
提供中文、越南文、西班牙文翻译服务，所以4种语言。
I'll allow them to speak first. After that, elected officials from our neighboring cities, as well as elected officials in general. Since you represent a constituency, I'll allow you to speak next. After that, Councilmember Armenta mentioned, I believe it's a good suggestion, that anybody whose parents have their kids here with them that wish to speak, we'll go ahead and put them to the very front out of courtesy to being a parent and needing to get their kids home. Once that's complete, we will then invite those who are in room 2, which is this room, that has submitted public comment cards to speak. Then after that, it will be room 1, and then after that, room 3, and then after that, those who are in the plaza and chambers respectively. That is the order in which we'll go through this. I will name 5 people at a time to come up and speak. So if you're in the other rooms, as I announce you, please go ahead and come into this room to come speak. So we'll now start off with, we'll now open up the public comment portion of the public hearing. We'll start with Mr. Daniel Gang, followed by Judy Mack, followed by David Liu, followed by Julie Liu.
Good evening, Daniel Dang, 2112 I'm an owner, property owner, and a business owner of Rosemead. I'm proud to have worked in the city for the last 20 years. It's heartbreaking when we see so many people come together, and when I feel especially insulted when the applicants who are coming here to ask for us as a city council and our residents for permission, and they insult us for carrying a sign defending a volunteer attorney, and also implying that we're heartless because there are good children there. But I think transparency, that's all we're asking. Accusing us misinformed and accusing us lying, I think we deserve apology. They did not do their job. It's their obligation to make sure to communicate and let us know. For the last week, 4 attorneys volunteered their time. We look through all the documents, we do all the research, we talk to thousands of people here. We have over 10,000 people sign the petition. How dare you calling us liars? We deserve apology, first of all. Second of all, the more information we dig into, the more surprise we have. Initially, our neighbor, they love the school because that Maryville is a school facility, and they offer orphanage. Yes, we're seeing a lot of kids there, beautiful. But later on, we find out, there is 12 buildings or 11 buildings inside the compound. We don't know. But when one of our volunteer, Madam Liu, trying to go inside and find out what is the building, how many buildings there, she was detained and kicked out of that place. We're talking about transparency. All we need to do is find out, are they using this one for the second house, which house the mother, single mom, and the kids? I think everybody knows that. Everybody loves that facility, and they support it, and they use for children. And in the neighbor's mind, that's all those facilities for. But later on, we'll find out. Okay, they get a labor hall. What is that for?
Mr. Dan, I'm going to ask you to wrap up your comments in the next 30 seconds.
Okay, so I think, all we need to do is the transparency. All we need to do is find out, right now, hope housing is for homeless. No matter you walk, look at the website. It's for unhoused. No matter what words you use, it's for homeless. So don't try to play the words. Home housing is the homeless place. So be transparent. Let's come together. Talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dang. Next up, we have Judy Mack, followed by David Liu, followed by Julie Liu. I'm going to ask Lion Announcer Maybe to please stand behind the current speaker. That way we're ready to go to the next person. Go ahead, Ms. Judy Mack. David Liu will be after that, so David, please stand behind her.
Hello, I'm Judy Mack. Actually, I'm not the one living in Rosemead. I live in Montreal Park, just 1 block away from New Avenue. I live in 910 Moody Drive. So even our Montreal Park past city mayor, David Lau, is my neighbor. So actually, I know this program actually is since 2 months ago. So someone just told me that, oh, it's not just in Rosemead City, it's near your house. So, oh my God, I wake up. When I see Maryville, this name, I said, I pass by that area every single day because I have to bring my kid to school. So I saw sometimes the door is open, sometimes the door is closed, the gate, okay, I mean. But I don't see anybody stand next to the gate. So today I try to go there, pass by, and a couple times already. So I saw just one guy stand there because this program started last year. As I know, GDQ supports this program. It's already have a $1 million fund for this program. So it doesn't matter how much they put in, but I still want to thank you her to support the community. Especially this program is care about the homeless or the unhousing problem woman with kids. That is a beautiful word, unhousing. But unhousing means, is it homeless? So I really don't understand why they use the beautiful word on this program. Okay, right now I want to represent some residents for what they want to know this program also. I like to ask Maryville, whoever can reply these questions. How can you guarantee those problem single mom, they won't bring their sexual male to bring them to that area? So because their kid, maybe they don't know the father, but one day maybe they go to school and they bring them back to the area. So it's
I'm going to ask you to wrap up your comments in the next 30 seconds.
Okay. 我首先要表扬一个这个项目的初衷和目的，帮助那些面临住房不安的单亲母亲、年轻的大学生与弱势群体是一项非常值得敬佩的事业。Maryville 的项目体现了我们社区的关怀和精神，关注那些困难中的人，尤其那些需要过渡性支持的人群。我对此表示敬意。然而，尽管项目的出发点是好还是坏，我还是有一些担忧。关于要还是那个。Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a long set of
I don't need.
Judy, please have a seat. Thank you. Next up, David Liu.
My name is Long David Liu. I have a packet I'm holding in my hands. Those are the signatures I collected from Rosemead residents. There's 20,000 signatures. That's half of the population in Rosemead. People have spoken. The message is loud and clear. No shelter in Rosemead. And I also agree with every single thing my colleague Daniel Day just said. We demand an apology. Why? It's very simple. Unhoused, I just looked it up, is exactly the same thing as homeless. So what's this? Using unhoused as opposed to homeless because we're Asians, we don't speak English? What's going on? I find that to be extremely insulting and offensive. It's very simple. This is America. This is democracy. People decide what's going to happen. The decision has been made. The packet speaks volumes. 20,000 signatures. Every single one of them has made it super clear. We do not want a homeless shelter. It doesn't matter how you sugarcoat it. It's a homeless shelter. Unhoused means homeless. Somebody disagrees. Please educate me. Please enlighten me as to what's the difference between unhoused and homeless.
Okay, does that conclude your remarks, David?
No.
Okay.
I'm still waiting. People are waiting for the apology. Where is the apology? I tell you, the only misinformation in this room is that there's misinformation. We were being lied to. Who's being lied to? It's us. It's the residents in Rosemead. It's 20,000 of them. The signatures speak volumes. What world are we living in? Black is white, white is black. You know what? For some of you, if you guys are feeling righteous, fine. Move them into your own homes. Right? The problem is solved.
Please wrap up your comments in the next 30 seconds. Thank you.
So it's very simple. If you disagree, move them into your own homes. Give it a year. Find out what's going on. See how it works out, if it works out. Maybe some of us will change our minds a year later. Maybe some of you will change your minds a year later. You know what? As the saying goes, only time can tell. Look, this is America.
Thank you very much for your comments, David.
People decide.
Thank you very much for your comments, David.
Whether or not
Mr.
a
Liu, this
shelter
is your
should
first
be
warning.
built,
You
you
are-
lose me.
Mr. Liu, this is your second warning. Thank you. Next up, we have Ms. Julie Liu, followed by Councilor Adele Andrade Stadler, followed by Mayor Sasha Perez. Go ahead, Judy, your time starts now.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dong Liu. I'm a resident from Temple City, neighbor for the Rosemead City. Since October 9th, this month, I had read all kinds of reports about this project with 3 other lawyers. I personally visited this proposed location. I almost got detained by staff there because of my visit there. And this is a huge place and this is a big project. This project involves commingled children and women with individuals suffering from mental health issues. This arrangement poses severe risk and endanger all the lives of children and mothers living within the facility and put the entire population of San Gabriel Valley at risk. If harm occurs, the city attorney council members will be personally liable. You all have a fiduciary duty to these kids and our community. Breaching that duty will oppose the city and officials to lawsuit for gross negligence. I urge council to table this project for 6 months, and the city and the public need sufficient time to conduct thorough research. I also request the community members and their legal representatives to be invited to the project site to conduct due diligence. This step will ensure that the public is well informed and promote transparency. My message is clear. If this project is approved today, any harm comes to individuals within the facility and any area within San Gabriel Valley because of this facility, we will pursue legal action. We will hold the city of Rosemead, the mayor, the council members, city manager, city attorney, all personally accountable. All medical bills will go to your table directly to you. Even if your assets are hidden on the family trust, we will put liens on all the properties under your name, your family trust, and pursue other legal remedies. Please consider my suggestion, and thank you for your time and consideration. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Julie. After Julie, we'll This is the second warning to the audience. This is the second warning to the audience. One more outburst, we will clear the room. Next up, I invite Councilor Adele Andres Stadler, followed by Mayor Sasha Perez. Before you speak, council member, at this point, I'm also going to ask the translator to translate the following statement, that if you are a parent with a child and you're in one of the other rooms and you wish to speak, they start coming into this room to speak after Mayor Perez speaks. We'll start with Vietnamese.
Nếu quý vị là cha mẹ có con em ở đây, ở phòng bên kia và muốn phát biểu thì quý vị vào đây ngay bây giờ để phát biểu trước, đúng không?
頭先係市長嘅一個通知咧，就話如果大家係有帶小朋友嚟嘅父母咧，如果你哋想發言嘅話咧，請咧馬上進入咧呢個房間入邊啦，因為係想照顧到呢個小朋友第日要返學嘅。所以如果你係有帶小朋友嘅父母，請而家咧馬上進入房間入邊排隊等候發言。
現在是普通話通知。如果您參加今天的聽證，並且要做公共發言，而且您是帶孩子來的家長，請您先到前台來進行發言。如果您是在其他的房間的話，請您到主會場的房間先發言。如果您是先帶孩子的話，謝謝。
En este momento quiero dirigirme a los padres de familia que están aquí con un hijo o una hija y están en algún otro de los otros salones. Que empiecen a dirigirse a este salón si desean hablar, por favor. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, translators. Council member.
Thank you, Mayor Lee, honorable council members Armenta, Dang, Lowe, and Clark. I must start by commending you all for providing an example. You should be commended for your example of engagement with your community, especially with respect to your translation. As difficult as it is, as long as it takes, you should be commended on it, and other cities should take note. So thank you for that. I'm here wholeheartedly to support this project. I just visited them a couple of months ago when East LA had started their program at Maryvale. And I'm here to tell you that Alhambra is about to cut their ribbon on their 44 units of supportive housing on Main Street. A place on Main Street where they can utilize the transportation and families in need have a place to go. So I thank you for understanding that that the San Gabriel Valley is now taking responsibility for our families who are struggling in this economy. You don't have to look really far, just go into your grocery stores to see the cost of living has risen so much and our families are trying to make it. I'm here also because this place is a place for young mothers and it's basically giving them an opportunity to succeed. And you're giving them that option to do that. This is not a place of people coming in and out and doing whatever they want. These are students, mothers with children, and we know studies have shown that if you educate the mother, the children themselves will be better educated and be successful. My mom was a single parent. She raised 4 of us. She raised 2 civil rights lawyers, one of whom went to Harvard. The other was a budget analyst for the city of LA, and I'm originally a preschool teacher, but now work in government. I am proud of my mother being a single parent who struggled and worked hard, but she had opportunities, very much like the opportunities you're going to offer today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council Member. We invite Mayor Sasha Perez. Mayor has left, okay. At this point, we're now inviting, if you are a parent with a child and you need to leave soon, we'll invite you to come up and speak. Just state your name just so that I know where to pull your card from. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Chandra Saxon. I became homeless January 14th of this year with my 2-year-old daughter at the time. I had no family that was willing to help me regardless of me having my child.
Before I came to Maryville, I was living in my car for the most part. And I'm not sure if anyone here opposing the extension knows what it's like to live in a car while you have your kids, but it's a nightmare. No mother wants to have to think, how am I going to shower me and my kids? What are we going to eat and where are we going to sleep? Women deserve to have a place to shelter themselves while they get on their feet. Feeding House has been a godsend to me and my child. Feeding House provides breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the week to feed the moms who are literally coming here with nothing. Play areas for the children inside and out, and a generous amount of support for all the women who live inside the Feeding House. The goal of Feeding House is to help us moms obtain permanent and secure housing. To do so, Feeding House has strict rules in place we must follow in order to stay residing in Feeding House. And they have no problem letting anyone go if they're not following our handbook. I'm here because I'm proof that the Feeding House program is working. Thanks to them giving me this opportunity, I will soon graduate the program and be in my own home. Unfortunately, Feeding House only has the capacity for 9 moms in the house they have. In California, it's currently going through a housing crisis, and Maryville has an empty building with room. With your help and support, that's an additional 20 more families that Feeding House program can reach. This program has housed me, fed me, given me child care, provided me with mental health support, and so much more. Feeding has given me hope for my future, and they've taken me in when my own family wouldn't. I don't think it would be fair to deny women who come from a situation where they're desperate with no other option. But I'm hoping coming here today and reading my testimony out loud that it'll give you just a small insight on the importance that this program can bring to more families. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, just please state your name so we have a card to pull.
My name is Callie Gray.
Go ahead.
Hello, Council. I am here today to speak on my experience while being a homeless mother at Feeding House. Well, first, let me tell you how I ended up at Feeding House. I was raised by my grandmother. She died in 2020 on Christmas Day. I lost the only person I ever had and known who had loved me. I was truly lost with no family, no plans, and no hope or faith. I was grieving my grandma. She was my first everything, my first love, and my first heartbreak. I remember my grandmother telling me on her deathbed, Callie, I can't leave you. I'm not ready to leave you. I don't know who's going to be there for you or love you. A year later, I became pregnant with my handsome son, Cross. So I knew in my heart I needed to keep him. He was my purpose in life, my push to go forward. I didn't have the best relationship with his dad, so I chose to raise my son in a safe place, and I became homeless. I lived from house to house for a year and a half with a baby, still no plan, no jobs, nothing. I was referred to Maryville, and I will never forget when I got accepted and they told me that I was able to move in with all the resources they had. I actually felt in the first time in my life I can get myself together, not just for me, but for my baby. With Maryville, my son was able to attend early education. He is thriving. He's talking, he's potty training. He has teachers that love him. I never worry or think of anything bad happening to him while he's attending Maryville school. I was able to get my credit score from a 550 to a 678 credit score while being at Feeding House. I was able to have my own bed, and I haven't had my own bed in years. I was able to attend work on campus at Maryville as well because of my experience with children. So not only does my son attend the school, but so do I. I also recently just got my high school diploma. In the house, I was able to make bonds with single moms that I call my sisters now. And I call their children my nieces and nephews. Maryville has many resources that have changed my life tremendously. In August, I moved into my very first own apartment that I'm very proud of. As a resident of Feeding House, at the last council meeting, it broke my heart to see how many people hate us. It already broke my heart to be homeless with my baby, and to feel the hate that was in the room made me feel sad and scared, and I felt like a less little person. But Maryville has changed my life tremendously, and I just want to let you guys know that.
Thank you. Are there any other parents with their children here that wish to speak? Now is the time for that. Are you a parent with that whose child is here right now? Sure. Yes, if you come on up, that counts to me. That counts to me. So just go ahead and state your name so I know to pull your name card. Were you in this room initially?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and state your name.
Our names are Elena Meng and Eric Ho.
Okay.
We'll be speaking in Chinese and English.
Do you need translation? We have translation services just for the official record, that's why.
We'll prepare the speech together in English and Chinese.
I will give you 3 minutes to speak unless you use our translation services, in which you get 6. Your choice.
We can get it under 3 minutes in English and Chinese.
Sounds good. Your time starts now.
大家晚上好，我们住在 Maryville 步行距离内，在经过上周五的校园参观后，我们觉得我们有责任澄清，围绕住房项目扩展的错误信息的传播。
Good evening. We live within walking distance of Maryville, and after attending a tour of Maryville last Friday, we feel that we have a role in clarifying the spread of misinformation surrounding the expansion of the housing program.
我们了解到的 Maryville 是一个拥有150多年社区服务历史的非营利组织。
We have known Maryville as a nonprofit organization with over 150 years of history of community service.
他们提供的其中一个项目是为年轻的单亲妈妈及其子女提供短期住宿，以便他们能够找到工作并过渡到长期稳定的住房。
One of their programs is to provide short-term housing for young single mothers and their children so that they can find employment and transition to long-term stable housing.
Maryville 只是利用其美丽校园内一栋空闲的楼房来扩展这一现有项目。
Maryville is simply expanding this expanding program using a vacant building on its beautiful campus.
由于 Maryville 也有幼儿园，他们将继续实施严格的安全措施，例如这些母亲必须戒毒品才能参加该项目，并且每次进入大楼内都要接受安全检查。
Because Maryville also has a daycare and preschool program, they will continue to implement strict security measures, such as these mothers must be drug-free to be enrolled in this program, and they undergo security screening every time they enter the building.
最后，希望大家能够团结起来，为最弱势群体提供帮助，使他们也能生活在安全的环境中，重新开始有意义的生活。
We hope that our community can come together and provide healing to the most vulnerable populations, so that they too can live in a safe place and fulfill their potential in a renewed life. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody also a parent that still wishes to speak? Parent that whose children are here and wish to speak? If not, we'll go ahead and go up to the next set of speakers. If you're a parent whose child is here and you wish to speak, now it's time to come up. Otherwise, we'll proceed. I'm sorry, you're going to come speak and come up here.
Good evening,
Hold on,
everyone.
what's your name?
Oh, my name is Yuan Yuanzhang. I am living in Rosemead.
Hold on. And you are a parent that has a child here?
My child was in their father's room right now. They are both special education
Sure.
autism
Go right
kids.
ahead. Your
Yeah,
time,
okay.
Hold on, your time starts now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Do you need a translation?
No.
No? Okay. Go ahead and start.
Good evening, everyone, and all the members of our Rosemead City Hall. I want to speak 3 points. First, my kid was live and study in Rosemead, Garvey School District. Why not we have some money for our common school, our special class? For example, first of all, Garvey Park near Duff Elementary School, just 1 wall, okay? And our parent groups in our WeChat, the parents show 2 or 3 pictures that some containers. 我说一句中文，这些 container 里面可能是一些有危害到孩子或者是其他方面的一些药物，或者是类似毒品。我们家长群有家长拍到了这些照片，提醒我们所有的家长。Second point, okay? If we have the money, why not support our elementary school? For example, my kid in his school now only 1 teacher, 1 aide, regular. Every special education must have 1 teacher, 2 kids. It's already 2 months, nearly 3 months from this term, okay? But we still have no money. We don't have another aid to support. Third, I think not safe for our community. Now the seat for our kids. I have a picture. This picture just now shows Maryville, this address, 70,000, the number on Grace Avenue, Rosemead, okay? And then this picture also shows there are within 1 mile, we have elementary school, middle school around this area. And today I drive myself from Costco and drive there, just pass by. We have Monterey Vista School very close to the Maryville, the location. Less than 1 mile, and then you go there, and that is by me.
I'm going to ask you to wrap up your comments in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, sir. So that's the reason I want to show everyone. I'm not. Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And your name was Yen Yen? Thank you. Next up, we have Chad Tan, followed by Eric Gonzalez, followed by Scott Chamberlain, followed by Lynn Tansey. Chad Tan. Before you speak, Chad, before you speak, hold on. If I can have Erica, Scott, and Lynn be ready to come up next. Chad, do you need translation?
You want to translate? In Chinese, whatever? Yes, why not?
Okay, so before, hold on.
Yes, why not?
Oh, hold on. Which language?
Cantonese. You want Chinese? Fine.
Cantonese.
Mandarin. Fine.
Hold on. Okay. So you're going to be speaking Cantonese to her.
I speak English.
Then you do not need translating services.
Oh, then I don't need translation.
Okay.
Then.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Before I
Hold on.
Before I speak my speech.
Hold on.
Nope.
Your time starts now. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what the council.
Sir, please speak to the council.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know what the councilwoman is saying. She never walked on the main street of Garfield Valley. There's so many homeless around right now. We have so many.
Sir,
problems.
please direct your comments to the council.
Okay. Well, let's start. Mayor and city council member. Today, we are here to against the project in Maryville. Please vote no to the project planned to develop 2301. We are here. We don't trust the businessmen, people here. We don't trust the developer here. That's why we are here. Okay? The problem starts because we have a failure policy of a governor, and the state representative. The state creates more homeless and more crime in our state. People living on the street, they often became mental patients, drug addicts, gangsters, rapists, and so on. Look at downtown LA and San Francisco. Homeless are everywhere. Businesses are closing, and crime moving out everywhere. And now, you guys want to bring them here in our community. You guys want to place them next to our school, next to our homes, next to our churches and business. Because of that, we are worried about our safety for our seniors, children, and the people who live in Rosemead, and also affect nearby city. Councilman, Mayor, Rosemead is a beautiful and peaceful small city. We cannot allow anyone to destroy our city and our life and our livelihood. Mayor and member of council, we are nothing against you guys, personally. We are your friend and neighbor, actually. We are the one who elected you to sit here tonight. However, if you choose, continue to support the project here, we promise you, okay, we will end your political career, fire you in the next election cycle. Right now, we have collected over 10,000 or 20,000 signatures.
It's your second warning, David. You have 30 seconds left, sir.
People currently oppose against your project. Please vote no and don't risk your future to this project. No shelter, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Erica Gonzalez, followed by Scott Chamberlain, followed by Lynn Tansey, followed by Tony Long. Erica, do you need translating services?
No, sir.
Go ahead and begin.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. I appreciate your time today. My name is Erica Gonzalez. I am speaking to you as a parent of 2 children in Maryville's Early Education Center. I've been living in the San Gabriel Valley my entire life. I actually graduated from Rosemead High School. My first job was actually at Shoe City at Rosemead Plaza. I've been very familiar with the neighborhood my whole life. I became aware of Maryville about almost 20 years ago and the work that they do in the community. As a parent, in the last 2 years of my children in the Early Education Center, obviously as a first parent, I was extremely nervous about what I was going to do with my kids when I needed to go back to work. And having my children at our Early Ed Center just provides me peace of mind every day. The campus is an extremely safe place. Maryville's not operating a homeless shelter. It's a place for women with small children to go to be able to continue with their life. These are not homeless women from off the street. They're your cousin, they're your sister that just needs some support. I was really sad to hear all the misinformation that was put out. I think Maryville has done a great job sharing information to the community about what they're doing and what's available to those who need it. We've had, in Maryville, the program's been going on for 2 years now, and if the community hasn't had concerns about it before and they haven't seen things in the community, I'm proud to have my kids go to school with the parents from Seton House, and it breaks my heart to think that people don't understand what it's like to have any sort of situation where they're suffering. And I just really hope that you take into consideration the great work that the organization is doing and the impact that it has directly on the Rosemead and local San Gabriel Valley community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Scott Chamberlain, followed by Lynn Tansey, followed by Nasa Meek, followed by Caesar Ballet. Scott, do you need translating services? No? Okay, go ahead and begin.
Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem and City Council, thanks so much. I'm Scott Chamberlain with the St. Valley Consortium on Homelessness, and we try to educate communities and try to collaborate groups together and advocate for more housing and services. And so I just have 3 quick things to talk to you about. One is that this is the program that is professional, it is drug-free, it is done well, and you've heard great stories. And so for the first thing, this is a program that fits your city priorities and your homeless plan. That's an easy slam dunk to say, this checks off what Rosemead was planning to do in your own housing element, your own city plan, number one. Secondly, I encourage you to take the recommendation of your own planning commission and your own staff report. We can hear all of this, but they've done the research. I encourage you to be able to take that recommendation, and they confirm that it's not a shelter, it's not 400 beds, it's going to reduce 40% capacity of what they've been operating for decades. And the last thing is just the fact that in reality, in my opinion, and different legal opinions, we shouldn't have even been here in the first place. The CP ends up still being able to operate with a community care license and what they've been doing for decades. There's no increase of residents, there's a 40% decrease, there's no increase of buildings, so we shouldn't have even been here in reality. And by turning this down, if for some reason you don't support this, it comes across as very discriminatory, that opens yourselves up. They're talking about lawsuits, that opens yourselves up to HCD and lawsuits from other private individuals. And so we don't want that to happen, because we want you to do the right thing. And I'm just reminding, and I'll close, in Isaiah 1:17, it says, learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, and plead the case of the widow. Such an appropriate thing for this amazing program in Maryville. So thank you for your strong leadership to do what's right.
Thank you. Next up, we have Lynn Tansey, followed by Tony Baum, followed by Nasa Meek.
Yes, thank you
Hold
for
on, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Do you need translating services?
No.
No? Go ahead and start.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. And first, I thought it does seem to be some confusion about what a shelter is. I can tell that because of the signs. A shelter is something like Union Station, where people go off the street and go there to sleep. That's not
we're not a shelter. We are a place that has people referred to us that have to meet certain qualifications, and they have to be screened out before they come. And so that is, I see that confusion taking place. We are not a homeless shelter. And as they were saying before, we're not growing bigger. There's not a single other building that we're adding, and we're lowering the number of people that we are accepting into the program. We were in a previous program, we could accept 72 people. Now it's going to be women. We're just making the place inside nicer. And there just seems to be a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation on that. And I would encourage those who can please translate to others and get that information out. Yes, there is misinformation. You know what the misinformation is, because we just presented what we're doing. You're going to vote on that. We can't go and build a $400 homeless shelter. Therefore, this is not misinformation, what we're presenting. You're voting on it. This is it. This is it. And so I ask you and I thank you that you're looking at the truth. There's a lot of signatures, but it's on misinformation. And so I just ask you to look at the truth and to vote on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Tony Wong, followed by Nasa Meek, followed by Cesar Valle, followed by Lian Long. Tony, do you need translating services?
Is it okay for you to translate my comment to Cantonese?
The translation is if you need the translation into English for the council. The idea is that we hear your comments so we can understand it and be able to use it to deliberate.
Understood.
So, do you need translating services? No? Okay. Go ahead and start. All right.
So, my name is Tony Wong, and I'm a resident of Rosemead my entire life. I live on Fleming Avenue on the side of Grays Avenue, just a 10-minute walk away from Maryville in the first place. So this directly affects my community in a big way. So I've been canvassing the New Avenue area, as well as the Grays Avenue area, along with many laundromats, and have found that there are many people who signed signatures against Maryville, and many people who put signs, but the moment that they heard about the real facts of Maryville, they completely changed their minds from being against the program to being for the program in the first place. And there's even one case where when I told someone who lives right across the street from Maryville about the real information of Maryville, they just rolled their eyes, they smiled, and put the sign away as well. So these are three concerns that I learned that people have heard about and are very worried about that could be easily alleviated by the city staff report. So the first one is that people have been fed misinformation, manipulated to show up to this council meeting because they think that the city wants to build 400 units. And that originates from the city staff report, which says the Planning Commission sought clarification on occupant load of labor hall and how the addition of 20 units fit within the labor hall's occupant load of 374. The applicant explained that the occupant load represents the maximum number of people the buildings can accommodate at any given time, not how many will be residents. So they're fed that misinformation because they think that just because there's an occupancy limit of 374, that they will house 400 people, which is completely false. And also, no physical expansion of existing buildings on sites proposed as part of the planned development expansion application as well. And the second concern has to do with having a lot of crime that will appear in the neighborhood, which is completely false because Maryville already has a very good security system with the 24-hour surveillance system, as well as nighttime patrols and the curfew instated. So there's also statistics in the latest city staff report where 43 calls were made to the police relating to Maryville in the past 3 years, but only 2 of them were considered crimes in the first place. So that means that Maryville does not have any correlation with causing crime at all. The data, you guys already read this before, the data says that the staff report says that the data,
give you about 30 seconds to wrap up your comment,
does not present any sort of safety concerns. So these people have been manipulated to come to the city council meetings that will probably last for 5 hours for basically a problem that doesn't exist at all. Crime won't affect the community, but there is one truth that can be learned from this, and that all of us are trying to make a better world for our children that can pursue their dreams. And when people find out the real information of Maryville, they come to realize that the most vulnerable of our community are also trying to pursue the same things. So my
Thank
final
you, Mr.
notes.
Ball. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Next up we have Nasa Meek, followed by Cesar Valle, followed by Lian Long, followed by Katie Angelino. Nasa, do you need translating?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead. Your time starts now.
Good evening, council members of City of Rosemead, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem. I work in the City of Rosemead for 2+ years now, and I think there's a lot of non-trust going on here, and I implore the city council to listen to the people and to clear up the questions that the residents of Rosemead have. As far as we have heard a few who are who live in Maribel that they have spoken. We understand that this is going on, and my question is, why not Maribel work under the capacity that has already been going on, but there is a remodeling and $1 million fund being granted in this, if that can be answered. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Cesar Valle, followed by Lian Long, followed by Katie Angelino. Cesar? Second call for Cesar Valle. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to Lian Long, followed by Katie Angelino, followed by Guo Feng Gang.
Is there a Caesar in here?
Hold on, sir, hold on. Lian?
Yeah, Guo Feng.
No, are you Lian?
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
No, Lian Long. Lian Long. No? Haiti Angelino. No? Guo Feng Gang. Guo Feng Gang will be followed by Belinda Su, followed by Kenneth He, followed by Luis Portillo. Guo, do you need translating? Yeah? Okay. So you have 6 minutes. Can you let him know he has 6 minutes? Okay. Please wait 1 minute. Okay, go ahead, begin.
市長同埋大家晚安。
Good evening, Mayor and the council members.
佢哋 Maryville 講得咁好，點解有幾萬人簽反對啊？
So great presentation from the Maryville representative, but how come there was like 20,000 signatures to oppose the project?
因為我住喺隔佢嗰度唔夠5米路。
So I live in a neighborhood that is just really close to Maryville.
我哋市民同居民唔係黐線嘅。
So we are not crazy.
所以咧，我講你聽，我哋講嘅嘢係真實嘅。
So let me tell you, what we said is true.
我哋堅決唔同意佢喺嗰度做嗰啲嘢。
I insist we oppose the project, oppose the facility to be transferred to a homeless shelter.
因為我哋已經好多人反對，你哋要聽我哋市民嘅意見，唔係聽佢哋你講噏嘢，講得幾好，但係呢係冇用嘅，你講。
So many of us already expressed our opposition to the project. So you have to listen to the residents and the members in the community, not just the applicant, not just the Maryville.
我哋係選民，我哋以前選你，以後如果你做得對嘅，我哋選你，因為我哋喺美國，我哋知道選舉係多人，唔係嗰啲講天花龍鳳嗰啲嘢嚟。
So we are the voters. We can vote you in, we can vote you out. So if you do something that make you upset, and we will vote you out. So this is United States. United States has democracy.
因為你喺老時治，我喺老時治，大家有同一個煲、同一個底線下嘅人，我哋共同嘅命運，唔係佢哋亂講就改變我哋嘅命運。
So you live in Rosemead, I live in Rosemead. We are we are on the same boat. So as the Chinese also say, we are on the same boat. So you listen to us, not listen to the facility applicant.
你睇我哋幾多人？
So we are not crazy. Look at the people here. Look at the people outside. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Next up, we have Belinda Su, followed by Kenneth He, followed by Luis Portillo, followed by Chris Soon. Belinda, do you need translation?
No, thank you.
Okay, give me 1 second. Go ahead again.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and everyone here. And we are here. It's not for oppose the single mom and their children. Don't make it wrong. I read the staff report for this project. And then it says the intensification entails renovating the ground floor and second floor of Weber Hall to create 20 additional units with attached bathrooms. No additional square footage is proposed. We are not against this. Tonight, everybody be here only. We are here is to oppose the following. Please listen. After renovations, the occupants load of the hall is 186 on the ground floor and 188 on the second floor, totaling 374. Conditions of approval regarding the Seaton House program has been incorporated. What does it mean? Dear Mayor and dear council members, did you read this paragraph? It's 374, it's the 400 they are telling us. It's 374 housing, not 20 units for single mom and children. We are here is to against this 374 approval incorporated. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to Kenneth He, followed by Luis Portillo, followed by Chris Sweet, followed by Giselle Concepcion. Kenneth, do you need translation? Mandarin, okay, we need Mandarin translation. Give us 1 second. Mr. Translator, let me know when you're ready.
Testing.
我的名字叫卡里斯黑。
My name is Kalisky.
可以往下。我是柔斯密的选民。
I'm a voter from Rosley.
也是柔斯密现在最薄弱的一个居民。
I'm a vulnerable resident in Rosley as well.
也是游民的受害者。
I'm also the victim of the homeless.
我的亲身经历就是柔斯密市政工程队的皮卡车和我共同经历了一个被游民抢劫的过程，造成了我的经济损失。
I have a subjective experience that I got robbed along with the pickup truck for the infiltration for the Rosemead, that we have a financial loss because of the robbery from homeless.
去年12月28日
That was December 28th of last year.
柔斯密政府应该知道，我和柔斯密这个施工队是共同的受害者。
Rosemead City probably know about this. I am the victim, also the Rosemead City worker the victims as well from the incident.
柔斯密皮卡车的司机在和流浪汉的抢夺中进入了我的私人停车场。
The pickup driver while fighting with the homeless, and the pickup truck came to my private property.
造成了我的车辆直接报废，7台车受损。
Caused my car totally lost, and other 7 vehicles damaged.
柔斯密给我的答复是，他们也是受害者。
Rosemead City told me the answer is that the city is also the victim.
所以呢，长期以来近1年造成我的精神上的压力，生活的窘迫。
And therefore, over the past year, it brings a lot of pressure to me emotionally, and also affect my life.
我的身体状况是一片不如意的。
My health quality is not good day by day.
我今天有勇气在这里，要对越来越多的加州的这些游民建立这个中心，我感觉，一个是要说 no， 第二个我感觉，这个不是一个建立中心形成了新的游民的特权能解决的。
I have courage to sit here and say this is not a center to build more and more homeless. I would say no to this project. This is actually building a privilege for the homeless.
我想用我的选票，用我的生命，用我这一次难得的机会，我要向他们说 no。
I want to use my ballot to say no to them. I want to use my life to say no to them. I would like to use this very cherished opportunity to say no to them.
我是个弱势团体。
I'm a vulnerable person.
我双脚残疾。
I'm disabled with both my legs.
双器官移植。双器官，2个器官可以。
I have 2 organs transplanted.
这1年来，让我的所有的指标都在趋近于更不好的状态。
My health value numbers go down over the past years because of this.
这都是拜红文烈士所赐的。
This is because of the homeless incidents.
我的手术被推延。
My operation surgery got postponed.
可能这也是我第一次和最后一次机会能说这些话。
This is probably perhaps the first time, or perhaps the last time for me to say these words in public.
所以我会用我的选票来完成我的理想。
Therefore, I will use my ballot to fulfill my dream.
美国公民的
You have 1 minute.
OK， thank you。好，那我想最重要的是，柔斯密的一个美好的城市是最注重人的生命和美国人的私有财产。
Rosemead as a beautiful city, the most important part is care about the life and the property of the resident itself.
我在柔斯密生活了20多年。
I have lived in the city of Rosemead for over 2 decades.
我见证了柔斯密的发展。
I witnessed the development of the
也
city.
见证了柔斯密被一小撮人，不是柔斯密的需要的一些游民。
Your time is up. Go ahead and translate the final part, but his time is up.
I also witnessed a small group of population that is not from Rosemead that damaged the city.
我要对游民这个解决问题说 no。
你的时间过了，谢谢。Next up, we have Luis Portillo, followed by Chris Soon, followed by Giselle Concepcion. Luis? Luis, do you need translating services?
I do not.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Go and begin.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here tonight. My name is Luis Portillo. I'm the President and CEO for the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership. I want to thank you for this hearing and ensuring that all voices are heard. It's really symbolic of the issues facing a lot of our communities, but it doesn't have to be one here tonight. I understand the concerns with homelessness, specifically homeless shelters, that it's going to attract more homeless people, it's going to attract people with addictions, with mental health issues, but that isn't this program. This is a program that isn't that somebody on the street can't just decide, I'm going to walk in and get help. No, you have to be referred. It is literally the epitome of the type of programs that we should be doing. Because, when I'm listening to some of the comments made earlier, the questions were, do people go through background checks? They do. You have to be referred. And then the program interviews them, making sure that they are aware of the requirements, that they cannot be suffering from addictions, that they are going to take advantage of all the program's requirements. So it's one of those things where it literally is the epitome of what we want more cities to be doing, a really thoughtful approach that ensures that those who need help can get it. And I know our communities, they want to help those in need. We want to make sure that those who are going through tough times get help. And whether we want to admit it or not, we have a housing problem. We have a housing issue. In 2012, the median home price in the San Gabriel Valley was $475,000. In 2023, it was over $1 million. That's not sustainable. It's not something that people can afford. And it's a challenge that only more and more people are going to get into that. And so it's going to require us to do a bunch of things. But these types of programs are the ideally what we want to do. It's frustrating because I see both people on both sides. Some people are saying they're opposed, and if what was being proposed was what they think it is, I would completely understand that. But it's not. So we've got to find a way to bridge that and kind of make sure that everybody understands. Because I think there is more alignment here than it appears. There is more people on the same page. If we can simply get a clear understanding as to what it is. And I think, hope that the council member has that. It's a very modest approach. It's modest increase. And I would urge your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Chris Sui, or Sun. Chris will be followed by Giselle Concepcion, followed by Teresa Ehlers, followed by John Kawakami, followed by Elaine Chan. Chris? Is Chris here? If not, we'll proceed next with Giselle. Is Giselle here? Are you Giselle? Okay. Giselle will be followed by Teresa, followed by John Kawakami, followed by Elaine Chan. And if it's okay with the council, after Elaine, a 5-minute reset for the council? Yes, sir. Is that okay? Any objection? Not? Okay. So Giselle, give me 1 second. Do you need translating services?
Yes, I will need for Spanish.
Spanish. So you're going to speak Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
Well, actually, as long as we can do this. There we go. That works too. Mr. Translator, just let me know when you're ready. Okay. Time begins now.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Giselle Concepción Muniz.
Good afternoon, my name is Giselle Concepción Muniz.
Primero espero que todos estén bien, que se la estén pasando bien, se encuentren en el ejercicio. Espero que todos estén bien.
I hope you guys are all doing well.
Quiero recordarles de que este programa se trata de madres solteras que necesitan ayuda y ser madre soltera no es simple, sí necesitan esta ayuda.
I want to remind you that this is a program to help out single mothers, and to be a single mother is not easy, and single mothers do need help.
Imaginar el hecho de que no pueden proteger a su niño, que tienen que ir a trabajar, estar con ese pendiente, no es algo que una madre debe sufrir.
Imagine they have to protect their child, they have to protect their children, they have to go to work and leave their children. That's something that no mother should suffer.
Ahí terminaría mi comentario sobre el programa de Rosu, que estoy muy agradecida de que ayuden a madres solteras.
And that will be my comment for the program here in Rosny, that they are helping single mothers.
Yo soy el programa Housing for Students y me encuentro extra agradecida con ellos.
I'm part of the program called Housing, and I'm very thankful with them.
Estando sola en este país es demasiado aterrador para mí. No tener familia o amigos que hablen mi idioma es totalmente abrumador.
Being alone in this country is very scary for me. Not having a family member or friends that speak my language is very terrifying.
Pero gracias a Home Housing for Students, he sido capaz de hacer amistades y ser parte de la comunidad como comprenderla.
Well, being a part of Hope Housing for Students, I've been a part of the community and I've learned to understand them.
Me encuentro extremadamente feliz de todo su apoyo hacia mí, cumplir mis sueños de ser totalmente estudiante y no preocuparme por comida, por techo y ser transferida a una universidad de en el futuro.
I'm very thankful for the support they have provided to me. Thankful that I have shelter, I have food, and not have to worry about that, and helping me with my education, where I'm going to transfer to a 4-year university in the future.
Así que me pregunto, ¿qué hubiera sido de mí si no hubiera estado en este programa? ¿Qué hubiera sido de mí si no tendría la esperanza de continuar mis estudios? Estaría trabajando sin descanso en un trabajo toda mi vida de baja paga.
So I asked myself, what would have been for me if I wasn't in this program? If I had to work day in, day night, working a job of minimum wage.
Cuando puedo estudiar y ayudar a más gente como yo, y puedo tener una carrera donde puedo proteger a mi familia en un futuro.
Where I can continue my education and help out people like myself and make sure they have a career in the future. Because university education is a right that we almost have.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to Teresa Ehlers, followed by John Kawakami, followed by Elaine Chan. Go ahead, Ms.
Mr. Mayor.
1 second, Mr. Ehlers. Yes, Mr. Mento.
Thank you. Can we remind the audience that when there is a translator, it's 6 minutes. So I appreciate your doing all this, but the mayor has a timer. So he's looking to see how long each speaker has. So remember, translators have 6 minutes, not 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mento, for the clarification. Ms. Ehlers, do you need translating services?
I do not.
Okay, give me 1 second. Go ahead and begin.
Hi, good evening, Council. I am so excited today to be speaking in support of this project. My name is Teresa Ehlers, Rosemead resident, and I've had the honor of serving on the homelessness subcommittee and getting to know a lot of you over the past year and a few months. And as a lot of you know from our work on that homelessness subcommittee, how hard it is to build housing for individuals who are experiencing homelessness from the ground up. This is such a gift for us to be given a built-out program with existing services. So many cities would love to have this opportunity that now we have, and I'm excited that we can be able to work to fulfill our mission and working to solve homelessness step by step. And I know that all of you, as I've got to know you, that this is a value that you all hold dear, is wanting to solve homelessness as well. Maryville has been around in Rosemead since 1953, longer than the city itself has even been incorporated. It's one of the city's oldest neighbors, and it has championed neighborly values for over 70 years. Maryville has even chosen to include the city in its planning process to create just 20 new units for low-income women and children. And my understanding is that Maryville didn't necessarily even need to include the city of Rosemead in its planning process, but it chose to do so for full transparency. And that it's also my understanding that even if the city were not to vote in favor of this development, it could supersede it, as Scott Chamberlain mentioned, some of which that it might even be able to supersede what the city passes and continue building it. However, the people opposing this project, in my mind, are not acting neighborly. I've also been really disappointed to hear so many of the speakers speak more like even Rosemead
residents, and I know for a fact that many of these individuals who have spoken have been going from city to city. They've been in West Covina, Hacienda Heights, unincorporated San Gabriel, and they're the same individuals that continue to spread mistruths about affordable housing, about the root causes of homelessness, and about how to solve homelessness. And I know it must be tricky for you all as council members to be threatened to be elected out.
Ms. Taylor's going to just say about 30 seconds left. Okay?
But you definitely would have my support. And as you all know, Congressmember Judy Chu fully supports this project. She brought in $1 million of federal funding for this project. And if Rosemead were to lose this $1 million for this project, we wouldn't be able to use it on any other project. Also, Supervisor Hilda Solis fully supports this project and has been participated in every council meeting and planning meeting of this process. I really hope that you join me, Congressmember Judy Chu, Supervisor Hilda Solis, and all the homeless service experts in supporting this project.
Thank you, Ms. Elders. Next speaker will be John Kawakami, followed by Elaine Chan, after which the council will take a 5-minute recess. Mr. Kawakami, do you need translating services? Okay, go ahead again.
My name is John Kawakami. I'm from South San Gabriel. I fully support the project. The program seems to be very good. Expansion is really modest. And I've known about, what we call the orphanage maybe about 45, 50 years, and it's never been like a big issue. It's just something kids talk about. And so I never felt like I was some kind of threat. I don't see it as an expansive organization that's going to go and take over. I also appreciate that the City Council has provided all these interpretations. I feel like, if we had interpretation or translation of all the materials earlier, maybe this entire fiasco could have been avoided if the documents were available in all the languages that people needed. I feel like the community is a victim of a misinformation campaign by David Liu. I saw some of these petitions, and it just gave the impression that it was going to be a giant homeless shelter. And I feel like that's a lie, and it's, I get it. 20,000 people signed on to that because it was a falsehood that, was scary. When in actuality, the project expansion was very small, as far small as I actually imagined it was. Anyways, let's keep it at that. I won't go on any longer. I don't keep up to that.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Elaine Chan. Give me 1 second, Elaine. After Elaine, the council will take a 5-minute break. After its 5-minute recess, the next set of speakers will be Tani Miyagawa, followed by Cynthia Amezcua, followed by Lisa Chan, followed by Brianna Ramirez, followed by Stephen Dye. So after the recess, those will be the speakers. Elaine, do you need translation services?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take your time begins now.
My name is Elaine Chan. I've been a resident of the San Gabriel Valley since 1983 when I immigrated here. I went to elementary and high school in San Gabriel Valley. So I just want to start by acknowledging that I understand the fear and panic that is being expressed by the residents that are protesting the approval of Maryville's permit. It is indeed preposterous and scary to think that 400 transients from downtown LA would be flooding the city. However, we know this is logically and empirically untrue. We live in an age where misinformation and malinformation spread like wildfire, and once this gains a foothold in the minds of unsuspecting, well-meaning people, it is very hard to undo. In this case, I feel that this has to do with unethical politicians who wish to build a platform for themselves at the expense of an upstanding charitable institution, using fear-mongering tactics to manipulate residents and put them into a frenzy, fearing for the safety and integrity of their beloved neighborhoods. I find these dishonest agendas extremely disheartening and disappointing. This past Friday, I canvassed with a couple of members from the Rosemead Tenants Union and went door to door at the condos on Main Avenue and the houses right across the street from Maryville. I spoke to the residents in Cantonese and Mandarin, and the vast majority of them are under the impression that Maryville wants to build a homeless shelter for 400 people. They had no idea what it is that Maryville does and were completely clueless of their existing mission and services. After I explained to them, they realized they had to put their signatures on a petition where they weren't given complete and accurate facts and information. I myself toured Maryville on Monday, yesterday, and spent 1.5 hours with Mary Koenig, the VP of Business Development. Maryville maintains a pristine, beautiful, and safe environment for all those who live and work there. There's even a pool and a gym. There's also 24-hour surveillance to enforce a 10 p.m. curfew on weekdays and 12 a.m. on weekends, and do not allow any outside guests. The women do not have keys and are required to ring the doorbell to be let in so that administration can monitor the ins and outs on the property. Bags are routinely searched to make sure no contrabands are stuck in. You will have to admit, not even the most strictest parents in this room can maintain such standards in their homes for their families. I also toured the building that this permit will allow to be retrofitted to fit 20 more dormitories for 20 more women and their children. Just imagine being able to help 20
You say about 30
more
seconds
families.
left.
I wish they can fit more. Maryville is something I wish that we had more of in the society. The women and children given shelter, safety, therapy, and resources so they can given a chance to thrive. Maryville is a shining example of what rest of society should be modeled after. They can certainly teach us a thing or two about compassion, empathy, generosity, and hope. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, the council will take a 5-minute recess. We will reconvene at 10:45. The following speakers after this, after our recess, will be Teddy Miyagawa, followed by Cynthia Mezqua, followed by Lisa Chan, followed by Brianna Ramirez, followed by Stephen Guy. Council is in recess.
现在又是5分钟的休息，对。跟大家比较晚了，很多人在留言中间也是啊，你看看，所以双方同意的、不同意的，所以还有很多的时间来讲，但是基本上呢，我们社区里面呢，就是发现有很多的就说我们抗争方要加强的地方，对，所以也知道，就是你看看，就说夏末方他一直觉得，哎，要什么，就是打弱势，对，帮助这个事情，然后，对，我们这边呢，就是还是需要更多的年轻的学生过来发声，所以你看今天年轻人。当然了，都是要上学啊，这样我们可以理解。所以我们现在也就是，天气比较晚了，对，我们就直播就到这里，也希望就是说，明天是个蓝蓝的天，大家健健康康、开开心心的生活，也希望大家的愿望，得到实现。明天我再给大家留言。好的消息，谢谢大家，晚安。